Hey, this is Matt once again. What about in the video? The paid request, this time for Nate. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting pretty much any type of videos, topics, reactions, commentaries, reviews, re-reviews, randomness, whatever, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. Under pretty much any of these videos, those links will be there. Now, Nate wanted me to talk about an episode of a show called Drexell's Class. It was a Halloween episode. Sorry, I couldn't have done before Halloween. Now, I really did not know much about this show. I might have heard the title once or twice before, but I did not know much about this show. So before I get in the episode, the show is one that starred Dabney Coleman. Now, for those who don't know, Dabney Coleman, here's a lot of films back in the day. I think he's about 90 years old now. But back in the day, he was in 9 to 5 with Dolly Parton. He was in War Games with Matthew Broderick. I remember him from this very pretty underrated film called Short Time. I always say, Nate, if you like Dabney Coleman, definitely check out Short Time. I think it was 1990 that the film came out. Sadly, it does not have a DVD in the US or Blu-ray. So maybe it's on YouTube, I don't know. But Short Time, I don't know why that never got a release. Only on VHS, but not on DVD. That's where Dabney Coleman, he's a cop. Because of a mix-up, he's been told that he only has a certain amount of time to live. But again, there was a mix-up, so he's not really sick, but the doctor told him he was sick. But his insurance goes, you have to die in the line of duty for your family to get this money. So then he's trying to get himself killed in the line of duty, but then becomes inadvertently a super cop by doing that. That's a fun movie, Short Time. But yeah, Dabney Coleman stars here as a 5th grade teacher. He has 2 daughters, and the 2 daughters are actually A.J. Laner, who is the little girl in The People Under the Stairs, the Wes Craven film, and Brittany Murphy. May she rest in peace. But I remember she would be in Clueless with Alicia Silverstone. I liked her in this Mark Dacascos film called Drive. She was in this, what's the name of that slasher film? God, I forget what it was. It was the one where this killer was going after virgins. I forget the name of it. But yeah, those are the daughters. They're not in this episode, but looking at the cast list, apparently, like Edith McClurg is in the show. She was the girl in Ferris Bueller's Day Off who worked with the principal. She was the girl in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles where Steve Martin's like, I want a fucking car, fucking Datsun. I want the car. I want a fucking car right fucking now. And she's the one that goes, you're fucked. That's Edith McClurg. I think Cleavon Derrick's from Sliders, the TV show. Rembrandt Brown, he's in the show, but again, he wasn't in this episode. Who was in this episode, one of the kids, is Jason Biggs. A very, very young Jason Biggs, who would go on to be in American Pie films, among others. Now, this debuted on Fox. And it only lasted 1 year, 18 episodes. From September 99, no, not 99, September 91 to March 1992. Yeah, 1991, 1992, 18 episodes on Fox. Fox had a tendency to either not be able to advertise their shows well to get an audience or drop them real quick. There's a lot of shows that did not last long on Fox. I mean, you say that for any network, but it seemed like Fox even more than usual. And, like, the episode was fine for what it was. It was like 20-some minutes long. It's on YouTube. Pretty much he's teaching this class. It's Halloween. He's not a fan of the Halloween season. He's warning the kids, I got a Doberman and I got an electric fence, so stay away from me. And a kid tries to silly string him, but he sneaks up and silly strings the kid before he can. So I mean, Danny Coleman definitely made it work. So like that was a funny bit. That he was able to silly string the kid before the kid did it to him. This teacher or principal that tossed shit to him. She's like, "You're stop parking your car in my spot. It's got my name on it." And then he says, "Well, your name's in the men's room as well, but I don't park my car in there." Like Danny Coleman made it work, and because it's Fox, you get away with a little bit more in humor, edginess. Married with, I mean, it wasn't like Married with Children humor, but it was still a few lines here and there. So it's raining out. They can't have recess outside, so Dabney has to tell stories. He's forced to do it to the kids. And like there's this one story that I didn't care about that was in black and white and some mad scientist thing. I just thought it was pretty lame. There's a second story he tells about the terribleness of marriage and pretty much a flashback but story of his marriage and his wife. "Oh, we just got married, sweetums." Opens the door. His wife has a green hockey mask and a meat cleaver. And the way Dabney Coleman's reacting, and then opens up the door, and it's the girl's brother, and he's dressed like Freddy Krueger. So, like, he's dressed like Freddy Krueger, and the other girl's dressed like a green hockey mask, I just so that they don't get sued. And the way Dabney Coleman's reacting, and I don't spoil it for those who want to watch it, but it's pretty funny. I didn't mind that bit. And the third is about this boyfriend of his daughter, which the boyfriend seems very... He's willing to grab the daughter's ass and kiss her in front of Danny Coleman. I'm waiting for Danny Coleman to just beat the fucking shit out of him. But he tells a story about how he threw the daughter's date out by the nose, and the guy was walking around the towel, so he took the guy's towel and whipped him. "How did you do that, Dad?" "It's easy. You just roll it up like this, and you make sure to whip at the same time." And he tells a story about how, kind of like the Edgar Allan Poe story, he tricked the guy into being in this basement brick wall, walled him up, and kept him there. So later on, the kids, Halloween, they go to Dabney Coleman's place. They go to the basement. "Oh, that was just a story." They take the candy. They hear noises from behind the brick wall. They run away. And it's Dabney Coleman just staring the shit out of them. Happy Halloween. It was interesting to see a young Jason Biggs. It was interesting to see the costumes the kids wear. Like, one of them is Homie the Clown from In Living Color. "You homie, don't play that." One, I think, was dressed up as a Ninja Turtle, which makes sense because this was like 91. Danny Coleman is what definitely made this work. Now, like I said, it's kind of harsh to judge a 20-minute sitcom because I'm at that age that sitcoms don't really make me laugh. Like maybe in a nostalgia factor, like if I rewatch Home Improvement. But the sitcom format and just waiting for the laugh track, as an adult, doesn't really make me laugh. Like maybe you would as a kid, but just that format just isn't really... It's fine to watch for requests because it's easy and to do, and it's interesting to look into a show that I've never seen before. Like, it's a time waster. It's nothing egregious or get me angry or anything. Dabney Coleman definitely knew how to do his comic timing right. But I know Nate was asking, what did I think of the show and how come it wasn't more popular. I mean, I never saw the show. That's the thing. I never heard of the show before. Or maybe I heard of it, but I'd never seen the show before. So I don't... I mean, again, there's only 18 episodes. I don't know, for all I know, they're all on YouTube. As to why it's not popular, it only lasted 18 episodes. I'm sure Fox didn't market it well, like they did mismarket a lot of their shows. Maybe at the time, like the viewership of Fox seemed more like they wanted more edgy material. Like, it seemed like kids would watch more like ABC, adults would watch more like CBS, and ones that wanted a bit more edgy stuff watch Fox. So you had stuff like Married with Children being successful. Then, a different type of edge, The X-Files. The Simpsons at the time seemed edgy, at least compared to other cartoons. So maybe they looked at, oh, what is it, Saved by the Bell? It's a classroom and there's these kids, and maybe they... Also, Danny Coleman, he was never... I hate to say he was never a big star, but I liked him, but it's true, he was a notable... I don't know how to word it. Bankable. You would never call Danny Coleman bankable. Very rarely did he star in a film, and one of the few he did short time did nothing. There were probably younger people that didn't know who the hell Danny Coleman is, and older people, they would not want to watch a show. Oh, what? It's about these kids, whatever. And with the marketing in September, when kids are going back to school, so if kids are watching to see other kids, they're worried about school and busy with school. And adults are like, I don't want to watch this guy deal with a bunch of kids. But it is not that bad of a show. It's interesting to watch these recognizable people like AJ Layner and Brittany Murphy, Jason Biggs and stuff early in their careers. And again, I had fun with the episodes. But I would say my favorite bit was the marriage and the green hockey mask. Like, that was fun. I mean, compared to other, I would say I probably had more fun with some of the Home Improvement Halloween episodes, and of course, like Trios of Horror with Simpsons. But this was serviceable. It was fine. Like I said, Dabney Coleman is definitely the MVP. So yeah, I can't say how the rest of the show is because I never saw the show. But this, if you're at all a fan of Danny Coleman, or if you're intrigued like I am about short-term shows, because they're the ones that get forgotten in the midst of time, and it's curious to see, oh wow, that person was in it? Hell, like Corey Haim was in a show with Burt Young, Paulie from Rocky. It didn't last that long, but they did a TV show together. Corey Haim and Burt Young. I mean, you'd be surprised with some of the stuff out there. Like, what? And this person was in it? So that's the fun bit of looking back on stuff like this. Like, wow, Jason Biggs? Okay, many years before that, very young Jason Biggs. Wow, Brittany Murphy? Interesting. So, I would say I found it more interesting than funny. But yeah, Danny Coleman was definitely, because of his timing, and it didn't seem like he was sleepwalking. It didn't seem like he was above this and whatever, I'm not going to try. Thankfully, he did not do that, so he definitely made it work. And the kids didn't seem that annoying or irritating compared to other shows. Like I said, I would say the weakest part was the first story with the black and white, where the kid that wore the Homie the Clown outfit in the real world, he was in this story being an assistant to this bad scientist, and here's a spleen, here's a stomach. And I thought it felt like it went on too long, just wasn't that funny. I think that could have been taken out, cut out. I do think that hurt the episode, but the rest of it I didn't mind. With that said, thanks for watching, take care, we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.